I think we should start. I have my leaders here from RLI, and I was taught in RLI, you don't wait for members. Members should learn how to join on time. We don't waste time in RLI. Once we say we start by 9 o'clock, it's it. And I have my RLI leaders here. So my DG, if you're ready, I am ready. We should kickstart this meeting so that others can be joining as the session go on.
My learning facilitator, I thank you for making this meeting possible. It has been with a lot of energy put into it. I'm grateful. For our RLI leaders, PDG Ogunkeye, Oladokun, we thank you for joining us. And for the revered speakers today, the immediate past district membership chair and the current membership chair. And it's interesting to know that they serve one after the other as DGs of our legacy district 9110. So we thank you for accepting to serve. And for all other Rotary leaders here, I recognize your presence. At exactly 40 minutes after 8, I hereby call this gathering to order. Let us say the Rotary Grace. At the count of 2. 1, 2.
Oh Lord and giver of all good, we praise thee for our daily
food.
May Rotary ways and Rotary help us to serve thee
all our
days.
You're all welcome. I yield the floor to the district learning facilitator.
Thank you very much, my DG. Thank you so much for calling the meeting to order. I joined my DG to welcome all that is present here this morning. I welcome our RLI leaders that are here, all the way from their various District 9126 and District 9141. It's a great privilege to have you in our midst this morning, and we are happy you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to also welcome and thank my facilitators, PDG Kola Shodipo and PDG Wale Ogumbadejo, who is going to take us through the learning section this morning. I thank you so much for being here so early. In fact, they even joined before me. Thank you so much. I know you are loaded today and you have a lot to give and impact on our Rotarians. And I have all the confidence that you will do the needful. Thank you for being here and for accepting to do this job for us this morning. May God bless you. I also thank all our other district leaders that are here present and all Rotarians, especially that found time to come. Learning is a continuous thing, like I tell us all the time. We can never have enough of knowledge. And for every section we take on, there's always something to learn and something to take home. So I want to implore all of us that are here this morning, take notes put down your pen and paper. Don't just listen, take down notes of things that will impact you in your service as Rotarians and even in your business world and your personal life. Because that is what Rotary teaches us. Whatever we gain, we take into our community, we take into our personal life, and even in our personal offices. And that is where to go. Our topics this morning will come on. When I call on the moderator for this morning, will be my deputy DLF, PAG Shegun Adewako. When I call on him to come on, he will introduce the facilitators properly so that you know the level of people we have brought here today, this morning, to help facilitate this morning section. So I thank you all, and I believe that waking up this early to be here will not be a waste. Thank you. So may I use this opportunity to invite my deputy DLF, PAG Shegun Adewako, to please properly introduce this and moderate the section accordingly. Thank you. PAG Adewaku. He's here. Can he be unmuted? PAG Adewaku. Wow, something must have gone wrong.
Hello, my dear Leftman.
Aha, I was wondering, I was going to take on your job and do the introduction of the first so that we don't kill time. I know you are
Sorry,
finding a problem with your internet or something.
I'm
Yeah.
having network issue here, so I'm actually logging in through another system.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, our district governor, our DLF, all our PDGs in the house, wonderful Rotarians. Welcome to the second edition of our online seminar. Today, we are in the month of membership membership development, and this is a month that is very crucial in Rotary because we all know that membership is the soul of Rotary. And we have two erudite speakers that we have brought on board who will be doing justice, to that topic. We have PDG Kola Shodipo, and also we have PDG Wale Ogunbadijo. Our first speaker today will be PDG Kola Shodipo, who is a pharmacist and a business leader with over 40 years of varied working experience spanning pharmaceuticals, medical devices, business optimization, and managing volunteers. He's the managing partner of Elitom Consulting Limited and CEO of Elitom Pharmacy. Kola is a member of Rotary Club of Bagada, Rotary District 9112 Nigeria, and has been a Rotarian for 27 years. And he has served in various capacities as club president, assistant governor, district secretary, district training assembly coordinator, RILA committee chair, district conference committee chair, youth committee chair, amongst others. He served Rotary International as district governor of Rotary International District 9110 in the year 2018. That's to 2019 Rotary year, with the theme Be the Inspiration. He also served as the Rotary International District 9110 Rotary between 2020 to 2023 and District Learning Facilitator between 2023 to 2026. He is currently the Rotary International District 9112 Membership Committee Chair. Kola is married to Adenike, a past district chairman of Inner Wales District 911, and the marriage is blessed with children and grandchildren. Distinguished Rotarians, please let me welcome PDG Kola Shodipo as he will do justice, to the first topic. My PDG, sir, you have the floor.
Thank you, my dear Past Assistant Governor Shegun. Good morning, our district governor and our Rotary leaders from across the various districts in Nigeria. You are welcome and well recognized. My dear fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, and friends of Rotary, good morning. Okay, we have the slide? Okay. Okay, Chuku. Wow.
Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, Chuku, can we have the slides, please? She's not there.
She's there. She's there. I'm sure she's having problem with the system. She's there.
Wow. Are you having issues? Well, let's continue. Well, membership as
okay.
Yes.
If you can share from your hand, you share from your hand, sir.
Your face looks familiar.
Trying to see. I didn't prepare to do that.
You look simple and proud.
Tony Abu, can you please mute yourself? You're distracting.
Okay, thank you. You are on. Well,
I'm sorry, network.
Okay, no problem. Membership, as we all know, is the #1 internal priority of our organization, Rotary International. It's important to the extent that we need to continually focus on it, because without members, even if we have all the funds in this world, we may not get far. And that is why Rotary places so much emphasis on membership. There are 3 aspects to membership. We talk of attraction, which we used to call recruitment. We talk about engagement, which we used to call retention, and then new club development, which we normally used to call extension. For today, I will be talking more on engagement, on how to retain our members. And my dear brother will also be talking later on other aspects of Rotary. Let us look at the definition, some definition. When we talk of membership engagement, we are talking about an ongoing two-way relationship between an organization and its members. That is, there must be a relationship between that organization and the members to key into various aspects of what we intend to do. It also encompasses how actively members participate in meetings, fellowship events, other events, and what we are known for, service projects. It entails how members relate and interact with each other, with fellow Rotarians, to find ongoing personal and professional value and fulfillment. That particular is important in the sense that even when we talk about the 20 reasons why we join Rotary, personal growth and professional development is also there. So if a Rotarian is not finding fulfillment through that aspect, then the probability of such Rotarian remaining in Rotary will be doubtful. And membership, when we talk of membership engagement, we are talking of focusing on a mutual exchange where members invest their time, their attention, and resources, and in return, they expect the organization that they are in to provide meaningful experiences and resources that last them for a lifetime. Therefore, highly engaged members are more likely to renew their membership. And when you talk of renewed membership, you're talking of dues payment. Of course, if I'm enjoying an organization, if I'm enjoying a society or a group, certainly I want to belong. And the way to belong is to make sure that I fulfill all the obligations of membership. So an engaged members will likely renew their membership through active immediate payment of dues without too much of a trouble. Beyond that, engaged members feel a sense of belonging and alignment with the organization's mission. So the next slide is talking about onboarding, that is pre-induction and first impressions. When we talk of pre-induction, we are talking of what happens between the time that you discover a prospect and when that prospect gets into Rotary. You can discover a prospect either if that prospect on his or her own goes on Rotary platform to show an interest, or we bring them in, which is the popular one. So what happens? What do we need to do at that particular point in time? The first one that we need to do, which may be due to our eagerness to bring members in, is that we need to teach them on the Rotary basics. Let them know what they are up to. Let them know where they are coming into. What are the key things and key elements of Rotary that they need to do? Normally, depending on the culture of a club, some say they attend 4 meetings, some say they attend up to 3 months meetings before they are inducted. Within such period, they must be taken through what we call Rotary basics, the history, the guiding principles, the areas of focus, the avenues of service. All those things are very, very important, and their obligations to Rotary, dues, attendance, and other seminars. We need to let them know, and that is done through teaching them the Rotary basics. Rotary International has that template, both in soft copy and hard copies, that we can share with them, just like we share 20 reasons to join Rotary before they are inducted, before they are brought into Rotary. This next thing we need to do at pre-induction level is to create a warm, welcoming fellowship. A member that comes into Rotary meeting and finds out that he's just sitting quietly, nobody is talking to him or her, and he comes this week, the next week he does the same thing, and he just at a loss as to what is happening. The next set of questions we'll be asking is that, why am I here? We need to get a very warm, welcoming fellowship. And not necessarily, even if somebody brings that person into Rotary or introduced as a member of the club, other members of the club at that particular point in time need to relate with him or her to ensure he's properly guided. Thoughtful seating arrangements. There are meetings or clubs when you have visitors or prospective members. You find out that prospective members will sit in one angle, the other club members will sit in another area. Of course, that does not allow for interaction. We need and constantly need to do that to ensure that we shuffle the seating arrangement so that a stranger, quote unquote, or a prospective member sits within or between active members of that club that can start talking and developing his interest in the organization right from the time he or she is trying to make up his mind. And when you now do that, the next thing that is necessary is to conduct what I call a dignified induction ceremony. What do I mean by a dignified induction ceremony? There are instances where DG will visit a club and will say, DG, you must help us to induct a member. And the next thing you say that is Miss so-so-so-so or Mr. so-so-so is into. There's nothing like it's into. You must have something like a summarized CV of such individual. In fact, there is a guideline as to how to induct a new member in the membership kit of Rotary International. So you introduce the person. You had Ade Wakun introducing us, just a little while ago. That is how to introduce a new member. Ask them to bring in their friends. Ask them to invite their family members and let them feel a sense of welcome and belonging right from day one. Membership induction kit. Don't be in a hurry to induct because DG or a senior Rotary leader is around. Make sure you have all the kits, the PIN, the manual of procedure, you have the guiding principles printed in the membership kit. You have reading materials and also refer such Rotarian to how they can get by even on Rotary platform. All these are very, very important to ensure you create a first impression that lasts from day one when such individuals are brought into Rotary. Then, of course, mentorship is the next thing. Once the person is in Rotary, next slide. Once the person is in Rotary, the next thing is mentorship. It is very, very critical for what you call engagement and retention. Why is it critical? Because that is the very critical time that the individual will be thinking, is it worth my time? Am I supposed to be in this organization? Am I supposed to be in Rotary? And when you assign a mentor, assign a strong mentor and not an absentee mentor. If you assign an absentee mentor that attends meeting maybe once in a month, or a mentor that does not, that takes all the time in this world to pay the dues, you are already creating an impression or a wrong impression for the new member. So assign an active and reliable and trustworthy mentor for such individual. And what does the mentor do? There's a mentorship, mentor-mentee worksheet. It's a 6-month plan. What you need to do as a mentor, what the new Rotarian needs to do as a mentee is there. You are supposed to take such individual, new Rotarian, through all those stages. You talk about what he or she needs to read, how and why such new Rotarian must attend different learning seminars, like we are having online now. There are physical one. There are reasons why such new Rotarians must not be Rotarian of Rotary AYZ alone, must visit necessarily to go and learn other ways or culture of other clubs. You take such individual along. You must assign tasks to such new Rotarian and have what you call periodic review. Ask for his challenges. What are the things that he or she is doing now? Then, of course, you must, at that time, take the Rotarian through what I call the core club culture and Rotary values. Let me give an example of Rotary club culture. There are some clubs that you cannot go into the meeting with just a shirt and trouser or buba and shokoto. You must be in full national dress, either a suit or a complete agbada. If you don't tell that individual, new Rotarian, those cultures, he or she may be embarrassed at one meeting or the other. So those are some of the things you need to take the new member through as he or she is in the club. Early engagement is very important because, as I said earlier on, this is when the new members will ask internally, will be wondering, is this worth my time? Am I really needed in this club or in this organization? Do I belong there? He's sitting in one corner of the meeting venue. Another set of jolly good fellows are enjoying themselves. He's just looking. He doesn't know what he's doing. You need to ensure you engage such individual and ask those silent questions that he or she may be asking. You must respond by connecting them quickly, introducing them to what I call the key members. Every club have what I call key members, people that are called can regard to as people that when they enter a club meeting or a fellowship, people will know that, oh, they are here today. Such individuals positively introduce them to them. Like past presidents of the club, let new member knows that these are new past president of the club. He served so year. During his year is this. He was able to galvanize members to be able to do impactful service projects, things like that. Committee chairs, especially when you put that committee, that new member in a committee, or what you call social anchor. Those are the people that everybody, everyone or the other in the club relate with, and he or she knows how to get people together for impactful service project delivery. And you must also explain Rotary beyond the meetings, the purpose and the impact. Don't let it end on that Wednesday or Tuesday that you are meeting. Relate with the person. Find out what how he's faring, how his business is going, how his work is going. And by so doing, that person, that new member will feel sense of belonging to say that, oh, I am wanted here. I belong here. This is the club I want to stay with. Then how do you now make the Rotarian to be actively involved? You make them actively involved by assigning them to committees. There are two ways to it. Some will tell you that, oh, I feel more comfortable in public image committee. Oh, I feel more comfortable in membership committee. I want to bring new members. Oh, I feel more comfortable in raising funds for us to do service projects. Identify such areas of competence, assign such Rotarians into those committees. And in addition to that, assign him or her to another committee where he or she will be able to learn and say, oh, although my specialty is not in this area, but I've learned how to bring new members. I've learned how to organize members as if I'm a member of the club administration committee. So assign them to such committee, and not just for them to be an onlooker, to be involved in planning, to be involved in discussion, to be involved in decision making for that committee or for that task, and let them see the impact. When you do it in such instance, such Rotarian will be better off for it and will stay and remain and actively engage. Practical task assignment. What do I mean by that? New members should do something immediately they join. For instance, you can ask a new member to organize a retreat for your club. Go and look for the venue. Go and ensure that the venue is comfortable, will be comfortable for members. Go and ensure that you are the one that are able to organize speakers that will come and talk to us at the retreat. Or you want a new member to be the one to supervise a project, maybe because of his competence or because of his time or lives around that vicinity. Let such new members be involved. Don't let them watch, but let them participate. All these family health days that we normally do once in a year, you can get that new member to be the coordinator, to organize the site, to organize the people, how we get the canopy, the tents, and put the members of the public together that are going to benefit it there, or for fundraising activities, or even to be the one to organize our meeting venue for a particular time or particular point for a particular program that we want to organize. Or you can even ask such new Rotarian that, look, we need guest speakers for the next 1 month. Can you help us look for speakers on so and so? You challenge such individual, and such individual will not want to fail. And by so doing, he feels a sense of belonging and we remain and be actively engaged as a member. Club culture and meeting inclusions. You have a situation where when we have meetings, fellowship meetings, it's the same set of people that will talk from morning till night. But that is not how to engage members. Deliberately call new members for their inputs. Let them speak. Let them contribute. Let them be recognized. Give them tasks, and so that they are not passive members, but they are active members, and they belong, feel that sense of belonging, and they feel and believe that they are in that club as a member and a family member. The warning here that is in the italics here is that if a member attends 3 meetings without engagement, you are already losing them, because such individual will feel that, after all, I was there in the last 3 weeks. Nobody even recognized that I'm here, not to talk of giving me assignment. Some person tend to draw back, and before you know it, he stop coming to the meeting and we lose it. He comes in and he leaves. Don't let our club go through that route. Continuous member care is also very important. You need to conduct what we call annual membership satisfaction survey. It is very important. This gives you a complete idea of what your members feel about the club. In every Rotarian in that club, no matter your membership strength, should be given an opportunity to voice his or her information about what is going on in the club. And when that form is filled, either online or manually, make sure you analyze and take remedial action based on it. It covers all aspects of Rotary administration and process. And once that one is done, take corrective remedial action. Don't say, that's his feeling. Read it. Let a group of Rotarians in your club analyze it and take remedial action to strengthen your club, to improve delivery, service delivery from your club. And you also need to maintain what I call personal touch with members. How do you maintain personal touch? When somebody celebrates his or her birthday, whether it's a landmark or not, celebrate. Ordinary WhatsApp message or greeting on your group platform, or a call or a smile when you see that person goes a long way in encouraging a person to feel sense of belonging. Recognize special occasions, promotions, housewarming, and every important special occasion, recognize it and follow up on absentee members. We tend to forget, especially when we are many in our club. For members, membership less than 20 is easy to know. But for membership above 50, you may tend to forget that somebody has not attended meeting for months. Put your club admin in charge, or somebody in your club in charge of such aspect, to find out those that have not attended meeting at least twice in a month and reach out. Put a call through and ensure you show care and empathy as necessary. Once you do that, you must also ensure that one of the reasons we joined Rotary is that we need personal growth and professional development. So you must encourage this development through learning seminars, club trainings, district learning seminars that we are having, regional programs, institute, conventions, West African Project Fair, and things like that. Encourage members to attend. And you don't want to encourage somebody to attend something next month and you are talking now. Give a long time. Discuss from the beginning of the Rotary year. We have so in November. We have so in September. Plan to attend. Plan to that. This is the benefit that you're going to get there. You get good opportunity to meet more members from across the districts, from across the African region, from across the world, and they want to have a touch of it. Personal growth opportunities, let it be there. If you have opportunity within your club or within your sphere of areas of organization or working, and you believe an individual, a Rotarian in your club will be beneficial, it will be beneficial to him or her, talk to him or her, give such individual an opportunity, and it stays connected and it stays interested in Rotary. Networking, business connections, let it be done as at when necessary. Rotary, as we know, is where leaders are made. And leaders are made when they feel that sense of fulfillment, they feel welcome in the in the club, they have opportunity to do networking, They have business connection as necessary, and of course, they believe that even when they visit other clubs, they will be recognized, they will be welcome, and they remain in Rotary as such. Once we do that, my dear fellow Rotarians, we believe that membership engagement will now be called a summation of purpose, a summation of sense of belonging, and of course, will translate into impactful and lasting projects that people out there will feel happy with. Then our members will feel welcome, will feel committed, will feel needed, and we believe they are being heard. And once they are being heard, they remain in Rotary. They grow in Rotary. They are obliged and feel comfortable to bring in new members into Rotary. Not ordinary, just new members, quality members like themselves, like those they believe will add value to organization, and their clubs become stronger and remain vibrant. Fellow Rotarians, Fellow Rotarians, I want to thank you for listening, and I wish you well as we all stay committed and continually serve Rotary as an organization. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, PDG, for this well-delivered, topic. I mean, we all gained a lot from what you have shared, and I'm sure Rotarians, if they try to deploy most of the strategies that you have shared here, will all be better off for it in our clubs. For the benefit of everyone, I'd like to give 5 takeaways from the presentation on membership engagement and retention strategies by our PDG. Number 1 is said that first impressions determine long-term retention. That is, effective onboarding is the foundation of member retention. A warm welcome, proper Rotary orientation, meaningful induction ceremony, and involvement of family members will create a strong sense of belonging from day one. He also said that mentorship is the most critical retention tool. Every new member should be paired with a committed mentor and guided through a structured 6-month development plan. Strong mentorship will help members understand Rotary and build relationships and remain actively engaged. Furthermore, he said that engagement comes through participation, not observation. Members should be given meaningful responsibilities immediately by serving on committees, participating in planning and decision making, leading projects, and seeing the impact of Rotary service. The guiding principle should be that don't let them watch, let them participate. Number 4, he said that a caring and inclusive club culture will keep members. Clubs must ensure that every member should feel welcomed, heard, recognized, and valued. Meetings should encourage participation, while regular follow-up, appreciation, celebrations, and member satisfaction surveys demonstrate genuine care and strengthen commitment. And finally, he said that engaged members will stay, grow, and attract others. The ultimate message is that membership engagement is built on purpose, belonging, and impact. When members feel welcomed, needed, and heard, they remain in Rotary, develop as leaders, and naturally attract other quality members, resulting in stronger and more vibrant clubs. That's a key takeaway from what our PDG has shared with us today. And I would like us to please take down questions that we would like to ask him during questions and answers, and try to get clarity on any gray area where we will need, clarifications. Once again, thank you so much, our PDG, for that, and we'll look forward to more engagement during the question and answer.
Thank you, sir.
Our next speaker is also a very, very respected past district governor in our district, who has served meritoriously well, and is my own, I call him my boss, because I was privileged to serve as a district secretary when he was the district governor. He opened me up to so many opportunities in Rotary, where I learned so much, and I owe so many things to him. Our next speaker is PDG Wale Ogunbadejo, who is a servant leader imbued with the spirit of service, compassion, empathy, and integrity. He found his niche in life when he joined Rotary. He is therefore a very passionate Rotarian. He was invited to Rotary as a charter member of the Rotary Club of Bagada South in March 2003. He became the club president in 2006-2007 and the district governor of Rotary International District 9110 in 2017 to 2018. He's a major donor and benefactor of the Rotary Foundation, a major donor to the District Educational Welfare and Endowment Fund, and a long-standing member of the Rotary Foundation cadre of technical advisors. He has visited many countries to inspect and audit projects for the foundation. Wale is a medical doctor with more than 40 years of experience, has started a practice at New Hospitals Limited 35 years ago, and presently has a branch in both Lagos and Ogun State. He is happily married to his heartthrob, Olufunlayo, who is also a Rotarian and a major donor. The marriage is blessed with children and grandchildren. All the children are Polaris Fellows. Fellow Rotarians, it's my pleasure to present our next speaker, PDG Wale Ogunbadejo, who will be sharing with us on the topic, Building a Flexible Club, how passport and satellite clubs attract busy professionals. Please, let's brace up for this very important topic. My PDG, you have the floor.
Thanks so much, my DS for life, Shegun Adewakun. My DG, the district learning facilitators are revived PDGs from 9126 and 941. And of course, Kola, my brother, my friend, and you're also recognized, and all district leaders and Rotarians. Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I want to thank the DLF and the team for inviting me to speak on this very important topic. And this, all like a PDG Kola Shudko said, and also Shegun, membership is the soul of Rotary. As a past president someone said, Rotary has no hands, no legs. All Rotary has are the members. They're the ones who donate, they're the ones who convert, they're the ones who go on the streets doing national immunization days and trying to see how we can eradicate polio, which is the first external priority of Rotary International. And when you also remember that Rotary International has the goal that by 2030, we should have 1,250,000 Rotarians and 125,000 active retractors. And when you look at those figures, I mean, right now, Rotary has been on 1.2 million for more than 20 years. And by 2030, Rotary is saying they just had just 50,000 members to make that membership figure 1.25 million Rotarians and 125,000 active retractors. You will see therefore that Rotary also understand that we have a lot of challenges with membership development. And when you also remember that Africa wants to have 2 zones in another 2-3 years, and we just have 1 now. So we are going to be a major part of this membership development in RI, and therefore membership development is key for us, and we all have to work at it. Now, these 2 concepts, the satellite and passport clubs, if Rotary International is said to be the greatest kept secret, then these are 2 of the greatest kept secrets, even in Rotary International itself, because most of us do not understand these 2 concepts of satellite and passport, and yet they are so important that they truly fulfill all the strategic priorities of Rotary. That is, they can help us in increasing our impact, they can help us in expanding our reach, they can help us greatly in enhancing participation and engagement of Rotarians, which is what KS was speaking about. And they can also help us in our ability to adapt, because they are truly very flexible options, and they give the members a lot of flexibility in action, in their activities, and even in their club experience. So the first slide, please, learning objectives. Okay, go back. Yeah, the learning objectives of this session are that at the end of this session, all participants will have better understanding of passport and satellite clubs. Like I said, they are 2 of the greatest kept secrets in even in Rotary International itself, and we almost truly understand these 2 concepts. 2, we must also understand why we should endeavor to utilize them as routes to not just membership development, but extending our reach and impact to more communities. Next slide. So the first one I'm going to speak about are satellite clubs. One, let me thank the first DG of this 912, my club member and club mate and friend for 23 years, PDG Femi Adeneko, for charting the first satellite club in our district, which is also incidentally chartered by my club and is known as Bagada South Oroshoki Golden Rotary Satellite Club. That's the first, and I think that's the only one for now in this 912. Also, he was also the first to charter the first passport club, which is the Rotary Globetrotters in our district. So I really want to thank Femi for those innovations during his year as our DG. Now, satellite clubs. Satellite clubs are really a part of the sponsor club or the sponsor Rotary club too. They exist separately. They have their own meetings and projects, but the sponsor club is still the governing body. In fact, their names are in the membership list of the sponsor club. They are led by a chairman, not a president, because they are not truly a fully fledged Rotary club. All members are registered, as I said, under the sponsor club and pay their and dues through the sponsor club. Now, they offer members either a new club experience, different meeting format, or meeting time, other than what is offered by the sponsor club or clubs in their areas. What do I mean by this? Now, an old member of a club becomes very busy. He realizes that he may not be able to attend meetings again. But he realizes also he has a few people around him, wherever he stays, who are desirous of being Rotary members, but their meeting time or their meeting days may have been the problems. And he says, you know, guys, 8 of us can start a satellite club. And that's the beauty of it. And that's why all clubs must understand, especially the mega clubs. They can charter so many clubs, so many satellite clubs, and who can then become standalone clubs later. I will explain that later. So they can then get together and say, okay, you know what, let's start our own here. And they approach the sponsor and say, okay, fine. They don't even need the governor's consent in satellite club. They are still part of the Rotary sponsor club. And so they start. And I imagine somebody, a friend of mine who lives around Mowe, attends Falomo's meeting on Thursdays, 6:30 for 7 a.m. every week. And imagine he now has a few people who says, we love your club, we've been there with you, but we cannot be there for 6:37. No? And okay, you know what, let me approach my club. Maybe you can start a satellite club here. So those are the possibilities that exist. And that's why I think all clubs must understand this concept. So they offer members a new club experience, a different format, or like I said, meeting time, which is good for them and they can cope with that. 8 members can form a satellite Rotary club, while 4 members can form a satellite Rotary club. So we should also send it to our Rotaractors. They can also form satellite clubs. You know, the membership type now in Rotary. And so when they form clubs, they also see us in expanding our reach and increasing our impact. Now, a satellite Rotary club can become a standalone club once its membership gets to 15, and for Rotary Club 12. However, some remain as satellite clubs. They don't want to be independent. They want to remain as satellite clubs, irrespective of their numbers, in which they can then be called companion clubs. Next slide. Now, how and why are they formed? Like I said, they're often formed by members of the sponsor club, former Rotarians, or new members entirely who joined those people. Now, the old member, like I said, may decide to form a satellite club either due to a need for a new club experience, a meeting from a different meeting time or location of the meeting venue. And also, a club may decide to form a satellite club in order not to lose members or extend retreat. Now, let me explain that. You have a club meeting in Ikeja. There are so many members coming from Ikurudu. It has become so difficult, one, for them when they attend the meeting to get home or to get to the meeting. And they say, you know what? Those of us in Ikurudu, why can't we start a satellite club first? And then, so instead of losing those members, you allow them to start a satellite club. Meeting venue is not coming for them, or transportation, you don't need to lose our members. Just offer them this possibility. You know what? You can start a satellite club wherever you are. And we'll still be with you. You still come with us. You can come and attend our meetings. Even their chairman can attend the board meetings of the sponsor club. So that they get to know, those of them who are not members before, they get to understand Rotary the more, and gradually they can become a standalone club, like I said. So a club may also decide to start a satellite club in order not to lose members or extend Rotary presence into a community. Now, affordability is also key. Because a satellite club does not have to go through all your route of signing at times, need to donate to the district, no. They are just basically one PRI and district dues, and then run their affairs according to what they can afford. And so affordability is also key for a lot of them, that they don't need to pay all those bills that we pay. And then flexibility, like I said, they don't need to meet like you meet. They can change their format based on their bylaw that they decide for themselves. Of course, they use the bylaw of their sponsor club as a template, but they can then decide on how they want to run their club. As long as they meet at least twice in a month, which is the RI policy, twice a month, they must have a program. Then focus on specific interests of their wish. They can decide, we are in this community. Our community needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what they are going to focus on. And they may not be able to do global grant, except their sponsor club, include them in that application. So they are therefore free to do so many things as a Rotary club, but limited because they are a therefore, they can expand their Rotary reach, thus increasing the high impact and visibility of Rotary in the new community. Therefore, passport clubs, like I said, they are formed by members of the sponsor club who want to have a different experience, different meeting format, different meeting time or meeting venue, and they can then invite others. But 8 people can start a satellite club, and that's the point I want to emphasize. 8 people, and they can still do service projects, because without service project, of course, Rotary ditto for passport club, which you get to very soon. Next step, please. Now, passport clubs. This is the greatest of the flexibility option I've seen in Rotary. In fact, I also want to thank the organizer for this, because even I now understand this concept more now because of this responsibility to speak on it. Now, what are passport club? What is a passport club? A passport club is a club that gives its members a more flexible club experience by encouraging its members to visit other clubs and participate in their club activities regularly. Some of them, their bylaw just stipulates one physical meeting in the quarter for members, but stipulate also the service, how they must spend on service activities. For them, the service activity that matters and social activities, not necessarily all our speakers, all of those formalities that we normally have in traditional club. What they focus more on is service activities and, of course, social activities. And that's why it appeals more to the younger demography. And when you imagine that the Rotary Global Totals that we have in our district is, is, is populated by very young people, because that appeals to them easily. They don't have to meet on a weekly basis like we do. They can go to anywhere in the world they are and attend clubs and even participate. They can even be fundraisers for those clubs wherever they are. They can do so many things without necessarily coming back to their club. All they need to do is report what they are involved in back to the club, and you see how they assess membership engagement later. So they encourage their members to visit other clubs and participate in their activities. They relax the attendance policy. They offer a variety of meeting formats. They can be hybrid, they can be online, they can be a social activity for their meetings. They can do so many things based on their bylaws, and the RI permits them their bylaws to be as flexible as possible. So they truly fulfill that fourth element of our strategic priority, that is increasing our ability to adapt. It's such a flexible option. And I will advise all our leaders to please kindly go to the RI site, read on guide to passport clubs, and see how we can form and how their bylaws look like. So they offer a variety of meeting formats. So new and existing club can also decide to adopt the passport club model and choose the option that suits the out of the options I've spoken about. That is, the relaxed attendance policy, relaxing the major, but you must have 2 activities on your calendar every month that I must see. That's the only thing you have to fulfill. Next slide. Next step is. Now, how do they work? Pascal law, like I said, determine how they want to operate. And here are some common practices of pastor clubs. Meetings less frequently, focus meetings on service or social activities, setting affordable deals. Again, you see, affordability again comes in just like in satellite clubs. Because they don't really meet physically, they don't need to buy meals, they don't need to pay hotel bills for meeting venues. So those are the things that also attract the younger ones who are not interested in your English. They just want to say, okay, how can I impact lives? And move on. It can be in my club, it can be in other clubs, and they just need to come back with their report. That's all the club demands. It doesn't fulfill not for the attendance policy, but for the fact that they have to show that they've been involved in activities that impacts lives. Measuring club health by participation rather than attendance. That's the point I'm saying. It's participation in activities rather than just attendance. Meetings can be social gatherings, can be service activities, can be virtual meetings or fundraisers. As long as something is on the club's calendar twice a month, the club complies with RI policy. Next step. Now, what are the benefits of a passport club? The benefits are so many, and they include flexibility. They have different options for getting involved. It accommodates members' busy schedules, allowing them more choices for fitting Rotary into their lives rather than Rotary competing with their lives. Because that's the major issue we have. Sometimes Rotary competes with our lives, competes with even our work. And that shouldn't be. We should be able to involve Rotary into our lives without impacting on our family nor on our businesses. So this passport club truly fulfills what a busy professional or what a professional who travels around the world, it satisfies all they need. So if somebody says, you know what, I don't have time to be coming to these weekly meetings, offer a passport club. We have the global totals rather. We can still have more fund. In fact, a traditional club can also turn to a passport club, depending on what they perceive as the needs of their members. Just like Kola said, when they do the membership satisfaction survey, that will come out what people want from the club. And that's the essence of what he said in his presentation. The member satisfaction survey is key. Members, they say, you know what, we don't want this traditional club again, we want the passport club. Because that passport club is so flexible. It allows people you can move anywhere. You can be in Lagos. The next time you're in Abuja, you attend the meeting, you join them in that. Actually, you go out with them. And then just send the pictures back, what you're doing, how many hours you spend there. And that's what they want. Participation, not necessarily all the attendance thing you talk about in the traditional level. Now, Engaging meetings. Meetings can focus on service and socializing rather than speakers and meals. By visiting other club meetings, members can learn what other clubs are doing and bring new ideas to their own club. So they fertilize ideas, they get better, they learn faster too. Because by visiting other clubs, they see how other clubs are run, they see what other clubs are doing, and they can then take it back to their own club for better performance. Broad appeal. It appeals to people who will not join a more traditional club and helps keep people who might otherwise leave Rotary. So we see that your members are like a lot of clubs in RDC and even now on. They have more diaspora members, sometimes more than even the ones who are physical. So they can even say, okay, some of you are in Canada, some are in UK, some are in Britain. Why can't you guys form three passport clubs? You know, don't bother that they are leaving your club. They are still expanding the reach of Rotary. They are still increasing the impact of Rotary. They are still working as Rotarian somewhere. Because many times we say, okay, we do hybrid meetings. Some of those things do not connect well most times. The diaspora members are at a loss. In fact, they are confused. They are no more engaged. And some of them may take a walk. So rather than allowing them to take a walk, encourage them, can you guys form a passport club or form a satellite club? Give them options. Don't insist they must pay. As a satellite club, they still pay your dues. They are dues through you anyway. But as a passport club, they have their own. They will be an entity on their own. But it doesn't matter. They are still in Rotary. They are still impacting lives, and that really matters more than the most main part of us. And therefore, we lose many of them. Now, some of the other benefits are more connections. Members quickly build relationships across the district and even beyond the district. Stronger service projects, connecting with members of other clubs, present opportunities for clubs to partner on service projects to create greater impact. So you see, when they go out, they form friends, they can therefore form partners, they can form partners for global gain and therefore do greater projects that impact and have better reach. Affordability, like I said, they don't need to meet on a weekly basis, so they don't need to pay hotel bill, they don't need to pay meals, they don't need to pay all these silent at time stuff. So they're just kept to a minimum because meetings don't include meals. And like I said also, they don't need to meet physically all the time. They can meet online, but one physical in 3 months, some of them. Now, how do they measure member engagement? Like I said, because members other clubs meetings and take part in their projects and activities. Pastor Club use measures other than meeting attendance to gauge club health. For example, of our year, which can include attending meetings of their own club or any other Rotary club, helping other club with fundraising or project, or participating in service activity even outside of Rotary. I think even in another NGO can be doing it. So they participate in it. They bring it back to their club. That's service for them. So they are so allowed such freedom that if you all get to understand this passport club and satellite clubs, you can do so much for Rotary. You can increase our membership in such a very dramatic and drastic manner, very short time, that we can have our 2 zones in Africa, which is our goal. Because like NC said, if you keep doing things the same, we get the same result. And like Arisu said, Rotary will evolve, but we also need to revolutionize. And these are 2 revolutionary ideas that we think all clubs, all districts must get to understand and use to increase their membership very fast. Because they really can help us to increase their membership in a very fast manner. What KS said, added to this, we see that by the time these ones are even intentional members because they want a certain experience. That's why they join Passport Club. The one who forms satellite club because they want a certain experience. That's why they decide to be satellite. So these are people who are intentional. All we need to do is just to encourage them, members to form these clubs. And before we know it, our membership will go so fast. Next slide. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of this presentation and back to the learning objectives. That at the end of this session, all persons will have better understanding of passport and satellite clubs and what we do. And then we must understand why we should be able to utilize them as roots to not just membership development, but extending our reach and impact to more communities in our area. Next slide. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your Shegun, I'm through.
Thank you so much, PDG, for this very interesting topic. This concept of satellite and passport clubs, I'm sure is new to many, and I'm sure at question and answers, there will be many questions that people would like to pose to you, which they feel might pose as threats and challenges, to Rotary through the adoption of this concept. But of course, I know that you are more than ready to share more light on those gray areas. So for the benefit of everybody, what I can take as the key highlights from this presentation is that one, flexible club models would drive membership growth. That is, passport and satellite clubs will provide flexible ways for professionals with busy schedules to join, participate, and remain active in Rotary. Our facilitator also said that satellite clubs will expand Rotary's reach. The satellite clubs will enable Rotary to establish a presence in new communities, retain members, and eventually grow into independent clubs while increasing Rotary's impact. He said that passport clubs will prioritize engagement over attendance. That instead of focusing on weekly meeting attendance, passport clubs measure members' involvement through service projects, club visits, fundraising, and other meaningful Rotary activities. He also said that flexibility makes Rotary more attractive and affordable, that alternative meeting formats, virtual participation, reduced meeting frequency, and lower costs make Rotary more appealing to younger and working professionals. And finally, he said that innovative club models will strengthen Rotary's future, that adopting passport and satellite club models will help attract new members, improve member retention, foster collaboration across clubs, and enhance Rotary's overall community impact. Those are the key takeaways from the presentation. And I want to thank our PDG for this wonderful presentation. Ask. Kindly unmute yourself and ask for
We have PDG
answers.
Femi Adeneko's hand up here.
Okay. Good morning, district leaders, district governor Laya Bitoye, the district learning facilitator, PDG IFI, AJSA. Resource persons for today are revered leaders, the duo of PDG Kola Shodipo and PDG Wale Gumbarejo. You are most respected, and I want to sincerely thank the district learning facilitating team for putting this together. Uh, my own would just be a comment. My comment is that if we look at this presentation very well, if all club presidents in our district joined for this presentation and any other presentation for this facilitation every month, I want to believe we will not be having problems. What the two of them have told us and have taught us today is a good resource that can help even a very dying club. A dying club will survive, and the thriving club will thrive better. I sincerely want to thank them. I want to put this at the door of the footstep of the DG to find a way of ensuring that all club presidents take time out to attend these
learning seminar that we usually have every month. When I checked through the attendance, I noticed we have people, Rotarians from the north, from the east, even from our sister district on this call. Whereas most of our presidents are not here. Even the membership chair are not here. So how do we change the face of our clubs if good resources like these are being delivered and those who are to benefit and they use it are not using it? I thank them most sincerely for their service and for the effort they've put together in ensuring that we have this kind of robust presentation. And I want to thank the DLF, EFHAJSA for putting it together. The DG, I wish you the best. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. PAG Adewaku, are you still here?
Yes, ma'am.
PDG. So go ahead.
Thank you, PDG, for your comments. So, fellow Rotarians, do we have other comments or questions?
We have some questions from the chat room. Maybe I should read it out too.
I will appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, we have a question from Otumba Ajise Diri. He said, how do you determine the membership dues of members of a passport club? That's one. How a Rotary International membership subscription and then district club due. Those are the two questions. How do you determine the membership dues of members of a passport club? Does Rotary International have their subscriptions and district club dues? That's what he wants to know. The second question says, expansion in an organization comes with its own challenges. May I observe, this is an observation. He said, may I observe that regulatory policies be put in place to sustain the integrity of Rotary brand from the passport and satellite clubs?
Okay. So any of our facilitators can take that.
I think these are for passports, clubs, and satellite. Let me take those two questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, dues for passport clubs. Is it only RI and district dues? Those are certain.
Yes.
Those are certain. They are the minimum for any club. Even satellite clubs with PRI and district dues. But the other dues are where they can then apply the affordability option. Like I said, for passport, they don't need to meet on a weekly basis, pay hotel bills, which is one thing that gives a lot of our clubs problems. Some pay so high at each weekly meeting, and that increases their dues. So they may not need to meet maybe once in a quarter physically, but they will have projects twice in a month. Could be a social meeting, could be a service project. So they don't need to meet on a weekly basis. So their costs are low, but they must, all clubs, whether passports, satellites, RI doesn't pay with its due. They must pay RI dues and pay the dues. But the other aspect can be reduced so that the affordability option is there. Now the other question is regulatory. Every club operates under RI policies. However, as in everything, the regulatory function is within the club. If you understand that each club must regulate itself based on standard Rotary constitution and of course their own bylaws. So regulation is really within the club itself. The club leaders must enforce the laws. They must enforce our guiding principles. They must enforce integrity. It's when clubs feel at that level that, I mean, even districts may see what's going on wrong, they cannot decide to ask a club that is paying RI dues because they are doing something wrong. So it's within the club, really. It's within each of us to ensure that our clubs are run properly. If something is wrong, let us straighten it out. Talk about it, don't hide from it. So really, it's there in our policy document, but RI will not come and do it at your club level. Each club must run itself as it should according to Rotary guidelines and policies, and that's within the ambit of the club leaders to ensure? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So I would like to ask a question, pose a question to PDG Wale Ogunbadejo on this concept of satellite and passport clubs. I know that many traditional Rotarians may find this model as weakening Rotary's long-term standing culture of weekly meetings and fellowships. What is your view regarding this when members who have to meet less frequently or attend different clubs, come up with the concept of weakening their personal relationships and lower sense of belonging to their home clubs?
Let me quickly answer my secretary for life, Sheikh Wadewakum. This has been one of the major issues we had in Rotary. We were not willing, remember, we're not willing to accept ladies. We were forced to accept ladies through a court judgment. COVID and the pandemic forced us to start thinking of online when most clubs, especially in less developed countries like us, nearly died because they couldn't meet. But gradually we started using various forms. Remember the days when we start your Rotary Club on Zoom and it's only for 45 minutes. Then that one expires, you again, so everybody quickly join that one again. We have gone beyond that point now. Because COVID forced us. Before COVID, nobody ever thought that we'd be having, we only had e-clubs and they were like a novelty. Only a few e-clubs. Even the one that we started failed. And I remember that PJ Roko spent so much on that e-club, but it failed. But now you have closed meeting, hybrid.
Yeah. Network is really fighting us this morning.
Fighting
When you
us
don't
this
quickly innovate, when you don't innovate, clubs will die, organizations die. So we have to innovate. Like I said, Paris himself said it. Rotary will evolve gradually. But also we must revolutionize. We have been on 1.2 million for more than 20 years. There has to be a change. There has to be a paradigm shift for us to increase our membership. And I even told you that according to Rotary International, by 2030, when Rotary will be 125 years old, we want to be 1.25 million. Remember, we've been on 1.2 for more than 20 years. The goal is so limited because we're just talking about 50,000 members to improve from 1.2 to 1.25. That's by 2030, that's in another 4 years. And also 125,000 active retractors. That's the goal. Because membership has been a major issue for us. It is sort of Rotary. Members are the one that drives what the Rotary does, but we've had problem with our membership expansion. So any idea that can work, like I told you, these ideas are for busy professionals. It's not that they don't want to be in Rotary, but your traditional form does not suit them, especially the young ones. My son in Ireland, I said, join Rotary. He said, Daddy, I can't join that one, you go every week. I said, fine. Join an A club. If I'm not going to tell him, look for a passport club. So that these guys are not ready to come and be sitting there every week talking grammar. They want, okay, what can we do to help the community? They want to do. They want to have their fun and move on. If you don't meet them, and you also know that one side goes of Rotary is to include the young demographics and the ladies, young demographics and ladies, and the retired people. Those are also silent goals of Rotary International, to increase the young demographics, ladies, and the retirees who have surplus funds, they have time, and they can therefore. So those are the things they are looking at. So this concept of they will lose their long-standing culture or weekly meetings, Shegun, we have to move on if we must increase. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Do we have any other question
I have
or
some
comment?
hands up again. Yes,
Okay.
we have a PAG Chinedu. Please unmute yourself and take the floor. PAG Chinedu. If he's not ready, we also have PAG Tayo Adelaja, my own secretary. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, my DG. Thank you for putting this together and your team too. So I'd like to thank PDG's Kola Shodipo and Wale Gumbalejo for giving us so much from their wealth of experience. So my own question is still on Satellite Club, and the reason cannot be surprising. I mean, it's something we must try to to do and must try to take on. So we have to ask all the necessary questions. Why PDG Wale Gumbalejo was speaking, so he did mention that okay, they're going to have a chairman and not the president, and not a president as it were, and that their chairman is free to attend the board meeting of the sponsoring club. So I was thinking that is free, not that it's like a compulsion for him to attend. And is he the only one, like in normal clubs, most clubs, even people who are not board members can attend their board meetings? So are the other members forbidden from attending? I don't want to believe that, but that's number one part of my question, which is it the only the chairman of the satellite club that can attend? Then number two, so if a satellite club grows up to like 15, 20 members and still decides to remain satellite, will it not be an undoing for Rotary itself for keeping them to remain as satellite and not try to encourage them to go into full-fledged Rotary club? Those will be my two questions. Thank you for the opportunity to ask these questions.
Yeah, my PDG Ogunbadejo, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, my connection went off, but I got the two questions. One, is it only the chairman of the satellite club that can attend the board meetings of the sponsor club? No. But even like you said, most clubs, non-board members attend board meetings. But there are still clubs that insist the only board members should attend the board meetings. So it depends on the bylaws of the club. But for satellite club, they are encouraged to even come to meetings of the sponsor club, all the members. Because that's the only way they can truly get, I told you that of old members, former Rotarians, or new members. So those new members who have not been Rotary before, they may not gain the full benefits of Rotary if they don't go to their sponsor club and even other clubs. But I didn't want to go into all that because I had just 15 minutes. So yes, it's not just the chairman that can attend the board meeting. Other members can come, like in our club now. They can come to attend the board meetings of Bagada South. That's the only satellite club we have in the district for now, like I said, chartered during the time of PDG Adeneko. They can attend that club meeting, but because in our club, all members can attend board meetings if you feel like and you have the time. Nobody will send you. Only that if they need to take their decisions, you are just a bystander. You cannot take part in critical decisions that they have to vote. But you can be a part, you can talk, you can contribute to discussions. But if they have to vote, then non-board members cannot vote. So the same thing for the satellite members, they can attend the board meeting. But I just mentioned that for the chairman, he is expected to attend the board meetings. Now, why should satellite clubs remain after achieving a certain number? Well, just like the sponsor club remain, even if they don't do everything that Rotary wants. But what is important is that wherever they are doing something that still exemplify Rotary is. They are increasing our impact and expanding our reach. That's what matters most. Whether they now become standalone clubs or not, it doesn't matter. They still have their umbilical connection to their sponsor club. And when they say, okay, we want to be, they now cut off the umbilical cord. But you cannot force them to say, no, now that you have reached 15, you must become a standalone club. No, Rotary does not permit that because we want members. Remember, if you say no, you must, and they say, okay, to hell with all of you, we are not becoming standalone club, what happens? You lose members. So we are not saying get out of our side. We are saying everybody should come in. Those that are of quality, though. And then this issue of quality, just in the night, I was going through the directory, the one from Femi Adenekon's here. We have a lot of quality Rotarians. It's the management of our club that is the problem. We have quality Rotarians. When I look to the membership of this club, I won't mention the name, I see so many people who can really help Rotary, but I don't see them at the district level. And that's also the failure of the club because they are not fulfilling for effective, 4 reasons for an effective member, 4 qualities. Because they're not being a member beyond their club, they're not encouraged, or maybe they're tired of all of our grammars and they just want to play at their club level and remain at their club level. Of course, someone like that. But I saw so many quality members in this club. I said, I've not seen this one at district level. They have not even taken leadership positions. So, like I said earlier, the governance of the club is in the hand of the leaders. It's the leaders that must either make their club to be effective or not effective. It's not that I will encourage the members to want to rise beyond their club or not. It's the example we show that matters. So please, club leaders, let us be good examples to those who are looking at us up there. Scholar said they introduced past club president. Now the new members are looking at this past club and they say, is this not a past club president? This one does not even, cannot be an officer in where I am as a CEO. So you see, we belittle when leaders don't behave well. So it's for us to really help our members to understand what it is by behaving the way we should behave. Then we see many people coming up in our club because there are so many quality Rotarians. I want to say that. So when people say we have quality Rotarians, they're not coming up because they don't understand what's all this. You talk about the 4-way test, they look at the object of Rotary, they look at what we call the core values of Rotary, and they're not saying being exemplified in the leaders. So leaders, we have a lot to do to help Rotary to retain members and then expand our reach. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So we'll just take 2 more questions because of time.
We have PDG Obafunshaw's hand up, our RLI leader. Please take the floor, sir.
Okay. PDG, sir. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Ify and all others and all the leaders who are here. I want to thank the presenters, PDG Kola Shodipo and Wale Ogunbadejo. I think PDG Wale Ogunbadejo has received far more comments than Kola. So my main, he also mentioned that the topic that was assigned to PDG Ogunbadejo, from the comments so far, I think PDG Ify will see that as a marker to the fact that we need to expose our members to the different club models that exist now. You have talked about satellite and passport, and so many questions have been raised about passport. Maybe you can take that on to give a fuller, will it be presentation, so that our members will have a better understanding of what passport clubs are. And then let us also include giving them ideas about the various club models that now exist. 5 years ago, we didn't have as many club models as we currently have. We only had traditional clubs and e-clubs. But now we have over 9 or 10. So thank you, PDG Wale. Now to my friend PDG Kola, and I'll come to my question. My observation is that there is nowhere where it is stated that somebody has to attend so many number of meetings before they are inducted. We have had occasions where high-profile people in society are inducted when they attend our events on the spot, not having attended any previous meeting. And that's, we know that's common. I can say that when the RI president visited Nigeria, and I think PDG Ify will bear testimony to this, and of course the aide to the RI president, Wale Ogunbadejo, that a serving senator in Oyo State was inducted right there at at the reception for the RI president. He has never, well, he's been to Rotary functions, but has never attended. So there's nowhere in RI literature that you must attend so many meetings. However, my worry is that if we codify that you attend 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, so your club bylaw says you must attend 3 times. 3 times in 6 months, 3 times in 1 year, or 3 times in 1 month. How does that give us enough time to assess the acceptability of that perspective? You say it's prospective, but I would say they are still our guests.
Yeah.
The moment we ascribe perspective to them, it's giving them that sense of, oh, we will surely be inducted. All our guests don't have to be inducted. And I have been at some fellowships of other clubs where a guest was introduced, and the guest was now telling the meeting that this is now my 4th time. I hope by the next time I would have been inducted. How? No, under what auspices? Because the bylaw still says that person must be formally introduced. There should be a form. And the board will consider. And the board will then ask the club members who has any objection. So we shouldn't keep giving this notion that once you attend 3 times or 4 times, they are automatically to be inducted. They don't have to be inducted automatically. And this brings me to the model I know exists in Bagada, that you recruit. You are not waiting for just guests to be brought in. You go out and attract or invite professionals based on your classification survey. So I think we need to develop ways by which we will persuade clubs to lower the decibel of 4 times, 5 times. Know that as an internal mechanism. And your 3 times, does it have an expiry period? So you have attended 2 times in 2 months. The 3rd time is 5 months later, and they have said, he has attended 3 times. Do we need something like that to guide us so that, it is not misapplied? The intention may be noble to say, okay, we want to increase our membership. But again, statistics have shown that we even lose more than we bring in. And we lose our members in the first 3 years. So the aspect of engagement comes in later. And I wholly adopt PDG Shodipo's position that we ask our members to indicate the committees where they want to serve. So my PDG caller, sorry, my PDG
Yes,
KS.
sir. Yes,
you know
sir.
what KS stands for? Yes. What would you say about this 3 times and making it, open-ended? Should there be some modification? Should we continue 3 times? Should it just be an internal process? Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. Revered past District Governor Bafunsho. Well, if you, as you follow up to what my presentation then, I said it was like a comment that some clubs will say I've attended 3 times, some will say 3 months, and the rest. But what I think is very, very important is that it has to be an internal process for each club. Each club is autonomous to a great extent, and they should determine their membership process. There's something we all know that there is a membership process. How you bring members in from the day it comes in as a guest, and the steps you need to follow. Those basic things we must put in place at each club level. And beyond that, when we see some guests showing interest of joining, my own position is that before we even go to the extent that he has attended 3 months or 3 days or 3 meetings, we must let them know what we call full disclosure, what they are into, what are the information that they need to know. That's the Rotary basics. What are the financial implications of what they are going to do to be in? I'm talking of the regular Rotary clubs. Some clubs will say that all our dues is 200,000. And the man or woman comes with the impression that once I pay 200,000, that is it. Forgetting that there be LSA, there could be opportunity for you to attend one seminar or the other, and you pay. So the man now comes back and says, but I thought you said once I pay 200, by the time you are going to Canada, I'm able to apply for visa. You get visa for me. So those are the little good things that each club must internalize and ensure that they get it known. So for each club, the way they handle that is very important. It should be internal to them. Some may decide that, okay, these are the things, the steps that the person, a guest that wants to join a club must follow before gets there. I know some clubs that even if you attend for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they may not feel obliged to induct you or to bring you into the club. I mean, one of the older clubs in the former 9110, they will just be looking at you. They will be welcoming you, but they just feel you are not qualified to be in their club. For the other ones that you mentioned, like high-ranking Rotary leaders decide to induct some people. Yes, it happens. Even our district governors does it as the situation determines. But what I want to say for those one is that when the RI president, for instance, has inducted that senator, for instance, that senator must have been assigned or suggested a club. It is now the responsibility of that Rotary club to reach out to the man and ensure that they find a way of getting him to understand the rudimentaries of Rotary, so that the man will not just think it's just something like another award or another honorary issue, and it goes about doing that. So to summarize, one, each club must internalize their own membership process, what they want to do. Rotary International has the guideline as to what needs to be done. It will now decide that how long will this internalization of the process be. Certainly, it cannot be less than so many meetings. It can't be done in one meeting. But for us, I also agree with you that we should not put it at the back of our mind, or sorry, they give the impression, yes, for the guests that once they attend 3 meetings, then they are it. Once they attend 3 months meeting, then is it. Some will say that, okay, even if you attend 4 meetings, your 4 meetings should be consecutive. Some will say that, okay, 4 meetings in 2 months. So all those things need to be rationalized and be internalized into each club's bylaws or the guidelines, so that nobody feels cheated, and at the same time we don't trivialize the admission process into our organization. Those are my comments, my PDG and fellow Rotarians.
Thank you very much, sir, for that well-detailed explanation on the question by our PDG Obafunsho. So I'll just take one more question, and that's from PDG Chinedu Ebo.
PAG.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Apologies that I didn't come on earlier. Just my question to the resource people, and I'm excited because I enjoy it. Just to ask, how can our public image, how can the public image of Rotary play a significant role in membership engagement, retention, as it were, or what can we do in terms of furnishing our public image in a way that it will enhance our membership drive? This is a question I want to throw to both speakers, please. Thank you.
Yes, if I may take, thanks so much, PAG Ebo. Public image is very, very important because it mirrors who we are and how the people out there perceive Rotarians and perceive Rotary as an organization. And how you can, some of the ways with which you can assist us has to do with the kind of information that we dish out on social media and on the traditional media. In most cases, when you see some of the postings on Facebook or some other social media, you see clubs, yes, some they will show their service project, some it is when they are having their socials and they are drinking, they are eating, they will show. That does not mirror Rotary. So as public image committee or group, you need to do more to assist us more. When you see such kind of posting on social media or on traditional media, reach out to the club so involved and correct and give them suggestions as to remedial action as to what to do. What other things you can also do has to do with the fact that even on a WhatsApp platform, as Rotarians in different clubs, whatever, when you see some of those postings, try and flag it and correct it, because it is what you see on those, even our internal platform you see on social media, they get the impression that, oh, these are O&B people or enjoyment people. When they see images that depicts us as people of action, the kind of service projects we do, the kind of humanitarian activities that we put in place that addresses the needs of the fellow or the needy in our communities, then they are happy for it. Those are my comments. And of course, don't say it is only public image seminar, which we do once in a year, that is okay. As often as possible, as anytime you see the opportunity of we Rotarians gathering, just get us some things and bring live situations that you can use to explain to our fellow Rotarians what obtains. Thank you. I saw, please, my dear left, allow me, there's a question on that I read just a little while ago in the chat room. Which, the person was asking about something like this. What I can say that is that we must not forget that there are two qualifications of membership. The first one is attendance. The second one is financial. And I mentioned it a little while ago that we must do what I call full disclosure. Don't tell the person that you think cannot afford Rotary to say you come and join Rotary. The reason being that when you give that kind of impression from day one, it is the problem goes back to the club. For instance, the RI first semi-annual invoice is out now. If somebody does not pay the club dues, there's no way we will pay that. So let the person know that, look, For this year, the minimum expected of you as a Rotarian of Rotary Club of XYZ is this. That covers not only your district dues, it covers your Rotary International dues and basic things that we do in the club. That is the minimum obligation. Every other one is voluntary. But for you to remain a Rotarian of that club and a member of Rotary International, you must pay your dues. That is, we cannot do away with that. Even you listen to PDG Wale when he was talking about satellite and passport club, they pay dues too, because that is how you can be recognized as a member of Rotary International. Thank you, my DLF.
Thank you very much, sir. Fellow Rotarians, I'm sure we had a swell.
I think you should give my PhD, give a PDG Wale Ogumbadejo a chance. He has something to say.
Okay, my PDG.
Be the last.
All right,
Yes, thank you. Just a quick addition to what KS said to Chinedu, my brother, my friend's question on public image, how it can impact on membership. Really, the triad of membership, self-project, and public image are closely knitted. Well, what I always say is each of us is the best signpost for Rotary. You see, from Rotary's researches, many people do not know Rotarians, but what they know about Rotary is four-way test of the things you say and do. And the judge wants to say you're a Rotarian and you have that pin. That's what comes to their mind, the four-way test. And so each of us, wherever we are, we must fulfill those four-way tests. When we don't, they will already prevent people from even coming to join us. So one, each of us is a signpost of Rotary. Each of us must fulfill basically the one that everybody knows about Rotary, the four-way test. Two, now public image is about what Scholar says, service projects, because that's what Polari said. Whatever we may think Rotary is what you do out there that touches people's lives that will really make them to want to join us. So each club must strive to do something that really impacts lives in their communities. Then we truly say we are people of action, we are really ready to serve people. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, my dear, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, we can't thank our facilitators enough for their deliveries today. I'm sure Rotarians, if not for time, we don't even want it to end. So we thank you most sincerely. And I'd like to yield the floor to our DLF and our district governor to give their closing remarks.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much, PhD Shegu, for such moderation. Wow, it's been an explosive and inspiring section. I am so glad and happy. I don't even know where to start. My book is full with notes that I have taken, and I want to believe that Rotarians have also taken notes. Like I said at the beginning of this section, learning is a continuous thing. There is no level you get to that you attend any learning seminar and get speakers that you will not have something to take home. Because our facilitators for this morning have dug up so many things that we need to know. They did their research very well and came up with things that will make us to be better Rotarians and that will help us to grow our clubs. Like we all know, indeed, membership is the heart and soul of Rotary. And that is why we have given so much time this morning for this section. I want to point out some little takeaways that I was able to point, in addition to the recap that have been done by our moderator accordingly. We have to learn that we don't just induct Rotarians in a hurry. As a way of engaging them and making their stay memorable, let's give them a memorable inductions. Plan it well and do it well. Rotary is where leaders are made. That's another point I'm taking away. It's where leaders are made and Rotary opens opportunities. But how will these leaders be made and how can Rotary open opportunity for you? You can only do it through networking and business connections. But that only comes when you are an active participating Rotarian, not when you're sleeping in your homes. You don't just get inducted, you don't get active like our PDG Wale said while he was talking. he noticed that we have a lot of quality Rotarians who don't even come out, who don't get involved in whatever we do at the district level. And even some of them don't even come out even at their club levels. They are just okay by just paying the dues at the beginning of every Rotary year and becoming a dormant Rotarian. That is not what we want. That is not how to grow Rotary. And that is not how the opportunities will be open for you. Knowledge is very, very important. If you're not a knowledgeable Rotarian, then you are just an empty Rotarian and you don't have anything to offer. So we must give time. When I tell people Rotary is only voluntary to the point that you have not accepted to be a Rotarian. But the moment you accept to be a Rotarian, give it your all and make yourself a very good Rotarian that can be referred to in times to come to say, this is, and then you should be able to beat your chest and say, while I Rotarian, this is what I achieved. Satellite clubs can stand alone. It's flexible. It allows for flexible meeting time. That's another taking away. So this suits our executives, our so-called busy executives that cannot come. Like my meeting, we do 7 a.m. in the morning. You don't expect a busy 7 executive when he's having a 7:30 meeting in his office or rushing for 8 o'clock to come. But then they can have satellite or passport clubs. And it is the duty of the existing clubs to encourage them to set up these passport clubs. It allows them more choices. I like what PDG Wale said. He said it allows them to fit Rotary into their lives instead of Rotary fitting them into their the life of Rotary. They fit Rotary into their lives. Another easy way, and it's another easy way for us to grow fellowship. We have remained in 1.2 million for a very long time. We need to go past it. The way we induct people into Rotary is also the way they leave Rotary. So many clubs are eager. Once they see a member, maybe you invite a guest speaker because he has come to speak to you. Oh, before he leaves, bring the pin, induct him. You have not even bothered to ask the speaker, do you want to be a Rotarian? Are you ready to be a Rotarian? Because it takes a lot to be a Rotarian. And give the person, hold the person to a discussion, give the person the different options and the different models we have, and let the person make a choice. Because if you force somebody into accepting your PIN, of course, that membership ends the moment he walks out of that hall. He will not remember you again, and it's not what he wants. So let's not just jump at inducting members. Our PDC or Bafusho was also speaking about the way we say 3 times a day. What I take out of that is that it's not just saying the member must attend meetings 3 times. It is that the member should show commitment. That is the essence of saying attend meeting 3 times. Show commitment. That's what it means. So it's not that the member will attend one meeting this month, attend another meeting by the end of the year, and in another 2 years, one day he shows up again. And the day he shows up after 2 years, you hurriedly induct him and say, he has attended 3 meetings. For somebody you have not seen for the past 2 years and has not shown up in any of your activities, has not shown up in any of the meetings or whatever projects you're doing. We should be deliberate in getting quality members, because quality members add to the impression of new members in our clubs. By the time you want to induct a new member, introduce a new member to your club, and you bring the person and he goes into your meeting and he looks around, he cannot see anybody like him or anybody that can measure up or somebody he can relate with. He looks down on that club and he will not want to come back again. So we should make an effort to induct quality members into our meetings so that when you now bring in this executive or this quality member again, he comes in there, he looks around and says, oh, I can see people like me. There are people to relate with. And that brings me to the question of the person that asked on the platform. Must we emphasize on financial capabilities before bringing people to Rotary? Yes, that is my answer. It is very, very important. You must have financial stability to be a Rotarian. We all know that if you are not working, how can you be a good Rotarian? You can't pay your dues. We have projects in our clubs instead of members. So you must be a financially stable person. I'm not saying you must be a millionaire or you have to be a billionaire to be a Rotarian, but you must have a job. M.O.P says manager position and above. That doesn't mean but you must have time too. You must have a job. You must be somebody that can apportion time to yourself and all that, so that you'll be able to be a quality member and an active Rotarian. So finance is very, very important. We have every Rotarian every year. In my club, we make it compulsory. As you're coming as a new member, if you can't pay $100 as a new member, how can you pay $1,000? So let's be deliberate in choosing our members and stop bringing projects into our clubs. Wow. If you let me, I will keep talking. There's a lot. I have learned a lot this morning. I want to appreciate my district governor who gave us this platform, because if he didn't allow us to do this, we will not be able to do it, to have this monthly learning facilitation. I thank my DG, who is also here with us. Thank you for giving us this opportunity for Rotarians to also learn. I want to thank the facilitators. Wow, you are so much full of knowledge, waiting to give it out at any point. And I like my PDGs, Wale and Wale Ogumbadejo and Kola Shodipo. Thank you very much for accepting to do this morning. It's been wonderful. We have learned a lot from your wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure all of us, including all the Rotarians and district leaders that are here present, that will take a lot of things. So I'm taking a lot home. I'm taking a lot back to my club. And I want to believe every other person will take notes like this and take it back to their clubs to make our clubs a better club, especially on passport and satellite clubs, which most of us don't know about. Somebody said I should, I think PAG Ogumoyero Abayomi, before he left, he had to leave, he begged that we should take this section to our club presidents and membership chairs. Probably set up a section where we invite club presidents and membership chairs to educate them on these different models of setting up clubs in Rotary. Like our PDG Obafunsho said, we have about 9 or 10 of them, different models that are available. This is another easy way to grow Rotary. So we'll try and do that. We'll try and set up that if our program will allow it. Then members should be asked to indicate committees they want to serve. This is important. Club presidents should know that you ask them, not just throw them into committees where they don't have capability or capacity to work. And then they go there and they are dormant and they cannot do anything. That is it. I want to now thank all in fact, I have so many attendees from District 9126. Oh, wow. This is wonderful. Let me start by thanking my DGE, Uyi Showobi, who was here this morning. Thank you for being part of this section. Our DGE Sam Ayetutu, all the way from District 9111, was also here. Thank you, DGE Sam Ayetutu, for being here. I want to also thank our DGE, Dolu Oyeyola, all the way from District 9126. He was here and was here till the end of this section. Our DGE Dolu, I thank you so much. What can I say about our RLI leader, PDG Obafunsho Ogunkeye? Wow, your coming here this morning blew my mind. Thank you, sir. Thank you for finding time to come and have this section. And we also gain from your wealth of experience. I appreciate you so much. And I hope you will find time to join us too in subsequent sections that we're going to be holding. Your being here this morning, it blew my mind. Thank you so much, sir. We also have a charter president from Rotary E-Club of One Nigeria, all the way from District 9126, Rotarian Shehu Abuola. Thank you for joining us. I saw your presence. Thank you. We have Ganiyat Tijani from District 9126. We have PAG Shehu Abuola, also District 9, this E-Club of District 9126. All of you are from that E-Club. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. He told us, Shehu told us that they started as a satellite club and have now grown to be a very vibrant club in District 9126 and have grown their club beyond their club level to the district level. Shehu, thank you for that information. I, I want to also thank, I pronounce your name, from District 9126. Thank you for also finding time to join us at this very important section. I want to also thank my team members, starting from the coordinator for this online learning section, PAG Akintolu, for the wonderful job. He doesn't, we don't rest. He doesn't rest. He's always propping me so that I don't forget anything. PAG Akin, I thank you so much. I thank all the team members that worked to let this section be possible. I thank all of you, and I hope you continue to be very, very active. We have a lot of PDGs from our area. PDG Jide Akeredolu, I thank you so much. He was here last month. He's here again. PDG Femi Adeneko, thank you so much for you didn't just attend, you also created an impact. You told us one or two things. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate our PAG, Charles Ogumoyero Abayomi. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. PDG Adeyemi Oladoku, my friend and my brother, all the way from District 9141. Is also our leader in RLI. I thank you so much for finding time to be here. I want to thank all the impactful presidents that are here this morning. You have had it all. Please take this good news, break it to your other club members. You have a platform, Impactful Presidents platform. Talk to them. I don't know if your captain is here this morning. I can't go through all the list. But if he's here, please, if you want to make a section, make it possible, talk to your members. We can come and have a section with impactful presidents and all the membership chairs to tell them what they need to know so that they can do their job very well this year to create all the passport and satellite clubs and create new clubs with quality members, not just with members, but quality members that will help the district to grow better. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank also all district leaders that are here present, all Rotarians from the different clubs. I see a lot of them. I see a lot of names. I can't begin to call you all, but just know that I appreciate you all for being here. Today's attendance, we had 121 members attend today's morning section. 121. Last section we had 75. That happened because it was just under 1 week. It was a July month. So many things went into the planning and so many activities for July and taking over and all that. But we still had 75. But today we had 121. I want to believe that next learning session, I'm looking forward to having 500. I'm sure our link can take it. So please spread the good news in your clubs. Tell them the importance of knowledge. Tell them the importance of learning, especially the membership chairs in your district, especially the district, club trainers. I don't see why the club trainers will not be, of all the clubs in the district, will not be made to attend these learning sections compulsorily from your club. So impactful presidents, please pass these messages to them. They should be able to attend these learning sections because knowledge, they need to garner as many knowledge as they have so that this knowledge will now be taken back to your clubs. If they were here this morning, there's a lot they can take back to the clubs and impact knowledge on them accordingly. Time has been well spent. In fact, we said it's going to be a 1 hour thing. It turned out to be a 2 hours. I appreciate you all. I thank you all, and I hope that you will find time next time. I hope you have enjoyed this section like I did. It was wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you all as I cede the platform to my district governor, who will close this meeting accordingly after telling us his beautiful remarks. Thank you, my DG. I can see you smiling and relaxed this morning. My DG.
Thank you.
Eku wahala.
I've won the cup. I've won the cup for Wahala today. 3 installation ceremonies. Thank you very much. I will stand on the gratitude shown by my DLF. You have thanked everybody, and I stand on that. 4 things I will reinforce. On the 18th of this month, we are going to have our membership seminar in Lagos. And then on the 25th, we are going to have one in Abeokuta. Now the agenda is crystallizing new models of clubs. So please, my DLF and immediate past DLF, who is incidentally our membership chair, kindly let us develop our agenda for that seminar along those two things I highlighted. Then the Capo was on this program. That's President Farinu, but the attendance by the president was low. So I think we have to take that up. Even AGs, what would they be teaching clubs if they don't come to this kind of seminars? You can imagine we have almost 60 AGs, about 95 presidents. You can imagine if they are here, we'll not be talking of 102, and 6 zonal coordinators. So we have to have a way of encouraging them to attend in future. So on this note, I wish to thank everybody and encourage us to participate more in such seminars. PAG Chinedu has a public image seminar slated for 25th of this month, so that we can then take the issue he raised, how to use public image to attract more people into Rotary. So everything is working for good, and the agenda for the month seems to be set by this seminar. Thank you very much, everybody, and I wish you a very nice Owambe spree for Saturday. I'm going to check.
Thank you, my DG. Thank you very
Let
much.
us say the first. Let us sing the first parts of. Let's do the first parts of the national anthem so that we can close properly.
Okay, we'll do that. But before we do, somebody was asking on the platform now if the video for this section can be shared with the club presidents so that they can share it with their members. Yes, the video can be shared. It's recorded, and we'll make effort to share it, believing that people will actually listen to it and then learn from that, and not wait for videos to be shared, but attend the sections physically so that they will know, or online, virtually. Thank you very much, my district governor. So we take the Nigerian
The first stanza of Nigerian anthem,
first
yes.
stanza of Nigerian anthem to close the section.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nigeria,
We hail thee,
our own
on dear name,
native
land, so triumphs on
land.
the
Thou
Lord
we stand.
stand. Nigerians all across this earth, a sovereign motherland.
Enjoy your Saturday.
Thank you. Enjoy your Saturday. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you again in the month of September. Thank you very much, and have a
Thank you,
wonderful
ma.
day.
God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank
RPG.
you all. Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank
Have a
Thank you.
nice
you.
weekend.
Thank you,
Enjoy
Bye.
your
RC.
Thank you. It was a
Saturday.
God
nice
bless
Thank
you.
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye you.
Thank
Bye
you
bye,
very
bye bye,
much, sir.
everybody.
Bye, DG. Bye, DLF. Bye, PDG.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.